What's going on, you guys? Hope you're all having a good day. Welcome back to Westby Wisconsin for episode 2 of our brand new series. Today we're going to go and get some data for our fields. We're going to go get a bit of equipment and we're going to get every little bit of data we can get so that we know what we need to do to each field. But guys, let's get the episode started. Alrighty guys, so like I said to you just before the intro, we're going to go and try and get a machine which essentially reads data, and for you guys that don't know, it's going to be the precision farming tool. For some of you guys that don't watch Farm Simulator much or don't play it, there's been a brand new DLC come out called Precision Farming, and it essentially makes farming a lot more realistic because we got to go through data-driven farming, if that makes sense. So we're going to give it a go on this season. That's what I want this season to be all about. It's a bit more realism. So if there's any realism mods that I haven't used yet that you guys think would be great to see, pop them down in the comments. If you've got a link, that'd be even better for me, and I can literally go and get them, and we can add them into the series. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this gator to use. So I was working on it a little bit last night, seeing if it needed any work done, and it seems to be okay. So the plan is I'm going to quickly pick up the flatbed, yeah, we'll call it the flat, I guess we'll call this a flatbed, yeah, definitely flatbed, or no, we'll call it the Big Tex, since that's the name on the side of it. And then we're going to actually head out and get this bit of equipment today, so that we can get a bit into the field, and then hopefully it'll mean that we can get into the field a lot sooner. Oh, can we get through? And I'm nowhere near. Great. Should do it. Perfect. Right. Oh, there we go. So let's quickly just pull this out. I'm going to back it up. So I did move a lot of the equipment around once getting here last night. What I've done is the repair shed as such, I'm gonna keep kind of empty as such, because I want to make sure that we can keep that area kind of ready for servicing and maintaining, so we're not having to, you know, dig loads of vehicles out of the way just to be able to repair vehicles, so that we've got the space we need. So what I've done is I've put them all where the tractors were, and then it will mean that everything's just a little bit nearer. Oh, I've scraped the edge of that, that's not good. It would just mean that everything's a little bit nearer so that we can kind of do what we need to get done. So let me just quickly back this up. That'll do. Right, let's leave that for a minute. I'll leave that running because it's a bit cold this morning. We'll just kind of warm it up a little bit. But guys, as always, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying what you're seeing. It just lets me know that you guys are enjoying it. And if you're really feeling like it, drop a comment below about what you're enjoying or what you want to see. Oh, I forgot to open the door. Bummer. The only thing I don't like about the store is it does take a little while to open, as you can see. Literally, it takes forever to open, but we'll be okay. We'll get it shut and we'll go out the other door. This door as well takes a little while before it shuts, but it's what it is. Should be able to get under that. Right, let's get this loaded up. Right, that's all set. Let's get this door shut, and then we're going to head to the local dealership. So ends up they do leasing equipment, so we're able to lease out the machine just for today. I think eventually we're going to need one. Of course, we are going to need one eventually, but at the moment we've got what we got, really. Oh, I'm going to shut that door as well. Right, now guys, let's head to the dealership and I'll be back with you in a second. Alrighty guys, that's us here at the brand new dealership. It's called the Tractor and Supply Company. It's definitely, I haven't seen this company before, so maybe they don't operate in Iowa. But from what I've seen online, their reviews are pretty good. Their pricing's fairly good from what I saw on their website, so I only think that means good things for us. However, I'm just going to plop this here. Get that engine off. Right. what we'll do is we'll unload. So this is the bit of kit we need, and essentially what it does is it will take a sample out of the ground, and then we'll send it off to the analysts and stuff like that, and it means that we can actually kind of tell what our land needs directly for that bit of the land. It's not like we'll treat the field as a whole, saying it all needs something, because different parts of the field will need different bits. So it means that when we're applying stuff, and obviously our hard workers, it means they can be a lot more accurate, and we're not wasting as much crop, if that makes sense. So it should mean that we're a lot more efficient, which I'm hoping, because then it'll mean we don't have to spend as much money on stuff. We'll kind of know for each field what exactly we're going to need to get that field ready. So we'll know if we need to lime, or if we need to, plough or cultivate, etc. I think regardless, because of a lot of it's corn and soybeans in this area, we're going to have to plough up after each time we do corn anyway. So 9 times out of 10, we're going to be ploughing regardless each year. I don't think there'll be a year when we don't plough. So we'll have to see what it goes to. I think this is more centered around how much fertilizer you apply and lime, etc. And it also kind of shows where the seeds are going to grow best and little bits like that. The only thing I've done is I have changed it, like I said last episode, about we have added the ability to anhydrous for our precision farming. So with that, hopefully it should mean it's a little bit more realistic in when we do get to a map with anhydrous, because then it'll actually implement that as a whole level of the fertilizing aspect, and it'll actually count towards it, which is going to be good. But let's get back to the farm, guys, and let's start getting some data. Right, that's us back at the farm. So what we need to do now is we need to just go around to the side of the farm and just get into the fields and actually see what our samples are going to give us. So I'll take you through it bit by bit. This is my first time using it as well, so if any of you guys have any tips, if I do anything wrong, just let me know, and hopefully I'll actually be able to use it next year, because this year is going to kind of be where we kind of set everything up, and next year we'll really be able to get some new equipment and stuff like that, which I'm really looking forward to on this map. I've been wanting to play it for quite a while, but let's park that there. Just leave that there for a minute. We'll come back and get that later on, and then we may as well get into our field straight away. Alright guys, so I'll take you through the basics of how to get this stuff started. So what you want to do is pretty much just get into your field. So looks like that. I'm going to start on this one down here actually. I was going to start on that one, but I have changed my mind. So what happens is you do need to be in this normal screen mode like I am now for it to work. And then what you want to do, as you can see on the top right, you need to unfold the equipment. And when it's unfolded, the way you can tell is because it's the black hole sticking out. Once you've done that, you're also going to require your map, and as you can see, the radius does come up. So for me, I have added a bit of a bigger radius just because of Flint Hills and stuff. Eventually we're going to be doing it on there. So I just wanted to make sure that I had enough radius so I can actually get the job done in a reasonable amount of time. But what you do, once you've got this set up, so it's set up and everything, it's lowered to the ground, what you want to do is you want to take or soil sample. We've just got 13 grand for some reason. Perfect. But what you want to do is you want to press B to take soil sample. And it will go down to the ground, and you'll see it's actually flashing in the site on the map. That's how you know that it's taking that sample for that area. So now I know this area and what it expects. So what I do is I then drive around the edges, because obviously on bigger fields you're going to drive a lot further. You're going to do a lot more of these. However, what you do is you literally just go around the field, so you want to make sure that you're marking up the edge of the last area with the new area. So if you look in the map, that's now towards the edge of that last one, so I'm going to take another sample here. So that should be that there. So now that's that chunk done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the final bit around the edge. But guys, I'm going to do a little time lapse for this so that you guys can see it just a little bit quicker, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alrighty guys, so this is us on our final sample. That's us all sorted there. Just wait for that last bit to come in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the last final stage of this process. And it's if you're using keyboard, you press Y, and essentially what it does is it sends all your soil samples off to the labs. They'll analyse it and they get back to us. They get back to us in a couple of minutes, as you guys saw. And it does cost, I think I worked out as $100 per soil sample, which on a big field is going to add up to a lot. But there's probably a way to edit it in the files of the mods if you really want to, because you can expand the radius like I have here. So it is possible. Just you'll have to see what you guys think, see what you guys find on what size fits best for you guys compared to what you're doing, especially on the fields. So as you saw there, I took 5 samples. It's $500, so it's not that bad. When you think about it, if you buy two fields next to each other, especially on this map, it's not going to be that bad. So with this data, I can now see exactly what we need to do next for our fields, which means next episode we actually know what we're doing now. So what I'm going to do now that that's all come back, let's have a quick look on our map here. So you go to this new page here and it'll come up with precision farming, and within it I can see, so we've got sandy loam here and here, then we've got loam here, and a little bit there, and then silty slay there. So with that, I can then sit there and go, right, I know exactly what this field and this field needs, and I'll essentially be able to work out exactly what is needed from each area. So with that, I can then sit down and I can then, like I do in real life, plan out what I need to do to each field, and that is exactly what we're going to do next episode. So that's going to be everything for now. I will link a page to Precision Farm just with a bit more information on what you need to do for each bit in the comments below. So if any of you have any questions, hopefully they can ask it there, because I'm definitely going to have to refer to it a lot as well. So don't worry, it's not just going to be you looking at it. But that's going to be that sorted. What we need to do now is we're going to head back to the farm, and then we should be good. So I'm just going to fold this up because we'll need to get this bit of equipment back anyway. So I'll have to make sure I drop that off at the dealership later on today, because it's almost 5 o'clock, but I want to go and have a little look into these trees and see how likely it is we can actually cut them down and make that into another field, because I feel like we might actually be able to make it a field, and it might be quite useful for us, because as you saw that we don't have much land. I think that's probably one size of our fields on Flint Hills, not even that. It's probably not even one whole field, but we'll see what happens. Eventually I would like to save up and buy this. My next goal is to buy that land there, but I feel like in the meantime we need to cut those trees up and make that into a bit of land. So I think we might look to do that once we're planted, at least ready for next year, if not this year. We'll see how much time we have, and then we'll go from there really. But I'm just going to run back round to the pickup, because I'll need to load this all back up so we can take it back anyway. So it's just easier if I leave it on the gator just to drop it off. Righty, so let's quickly get it loaded up there. I've also decided with this series I'm going to try and leave the overlays kind of off but on, compared in a sense. I want the money and the time in the top right to be shown, because I feel like, especially when we're doing this kind of survival series, it's going to be a lot better if we can see the money and see exactly what we're doing with it. So I want to kind of leave it up, and then the map I don't really want to use, because I don't feel, firstly it's not a big map anyway, I know where stuff is, but also it's not the most realistic. If we're in a car I might put it on just as a GPS kind of sat-nav kind of thing, but when we're doing field work I'm going to try and keep it off and stuff like this when I'm not in the tractor. So let me know if you guys prefer it like this, or with how we do it on Flint Hills, where we have a completely plain screen kind of to look at. But that's going to be everything for today, guys. Oh, I can see there's bits popping up in the corner of the field, but what we'll do is we're going to go through all of that next episode. This is going to be all for today. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying it. I hope this tutorial helped a bit as well, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.